Hi, I'm Rob and it's Guild Wars War 5. Today's Brown Dame up against the Midnight Reapers. First opponent is Light of Death 666. And we have Luther, Shegra, Adakite, Anvil of Might in Orb Weaver class. Idea of this team is Luther is up top, gets some reduction of damage from skulls by 25% and gives attack to all allies and barriers himself effectively. So boosting up his attack, giving himself a barrier, and this is going to also give attack to an ally. Hopefully, you know, for the team, the thought is it goes on the first ally and boosts their attack further maybe. So yeah, and then we go mad with Shegra, creating those skulls and trying to benefit from that increased attack. So I'm going to fight this with a similar kind of team here. Blade of Justice, Shegra, Sylvana Mora and Flaming Oni. Sun Spear, really good class for this. Snap freeze, we're going to freeze somebody at the start. They're also going to be root trapped from the start, so if we get unlucky with skulls we're going to receive no damage from those standard skulls. But Firebringer is really cool, gain bonus red, and Fire Blade, deal a triple skull damage to burning enemies, and we'll really try and make benefit of that. Medals, I'm going to start with one Nisha, one Anu, one Orpheus, and Shigra creates the same amount of skulls as the opponent. 7 red gems, create 7 red gems, then convert all red gems to skulls. Burn a random enemy when matching red gems is pretty cool. Sylvana Mora is here because it explodes a column, generating mana, dealing damage to all enemies, softening them up for that awesome triple damage from the burning when they're burning if you can. And entangle the first enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. Again, every time we do that, it just keeps us safe from those skull hits. Flaming Oni summons 3 random goblins should we lose any troops, explode green gems charging up the team, and gains an extra turn, but also converts 2 red gems to burning gems when my turn begins, so we can get that burn going on. But Blade of Justice is here, deals damage to an enemy, but really cool. One of its upgrades is Mass Curing. When you cast this, you cleanse the entire team. Really, really cool. So let's give it a go. Let's just check the banner. The Gate banner from Hellgate, +2 brown, +1 red, -1 yellow. Let's just double check all this. Snap freeze, insulated, root trap. Do I want that or do I prefer brown? Probably that is better. Yes, why not? Want brown as well though, but we don't need many brown, so just a mana surge on brown should be enough to get us charged on the first, on the top troop. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, and obviously that. Right, good to go. Let's dive in. Brown, 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 brown. Let's have a go. Right, there's our 4 match. Top troop was entangled anyway. No brown for our weapon yet. Might as well leave that because they're entangled and it's going to do no damage. You can try and set them up for that. The AI does like to take that kind of thing. Right, so let's get some red for me, Shegra. Got the burn going on. No more red yet, no more brown yet, so right, this Shegra, and we've been cleansed. Happy days. The top troop isn't burning. It's the only one that's not burning, so they're not going to get triple skull damage yet. But how are we on red? It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Their Shegra is a long way from being damaged. I mean, charged. It's not a long way from being damaged, though. Right, this can't miss with Shegra because it creates 7 red gems, then converts all red to skulls. Still going to get a skull hit, it's just not that favourable elsewhere. There's quite a lot of red there. Yeah, I think we're going to go for it. Let's go aggressive. He's gone. The other 3 are now going to take triple skull damage. So we're looking to get our Shegra up again. There's no point really taking that. Go for the red. And hopefully everybody can be dead. It's going to be triple skull damage. Kaboosh. Another one. Kaboosh. Stone Skin though. Saved him from certain doom. Right, so don't really need the weapon up. Although by the time that is ready, that's the burn could have affected them. And it might be enough to kill him off. Let's get this for Sheg. Not a lot of red there, so it's not fantastic on the old Shegra. Let's grab that because I don't want them pinching it. Right, so Shegra. Is this a worthwhile cast? We've got that one there, and any other hit will do, so let's go for it. Kaboosh! So have a look at the scores. That was 3,234 points. 3, 2, 3, 4. Second battle is against Broker. Let's see what we got. Garnatalin, Ares, Life and Death, and Megavore. Right, got to be careful of this team. This is quite a cool little team, this, in assassin class. And the reason is, there's just, I can think of 3 immediate, maybe even 4 immediate chances of just automatic death for one of my troops in several different ways. Megavore, 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. So that's one chance of an automatic death if they get a 4 match. So have to be really careful of that. In assassin class itself, 10% chance to assassinate the last enemy when I deal skull damage. That's a second one. Have they got the Rising Shadows on? Yes. 7% chance to assassinate the last enemy when another enemy dies. So when an enemy dies, we could lose another one absolutely straight away. So that's 3 absolutely straight away. You've got to be really careful of this. All right, so basically can't give them 4 matches. I've got to avoid that, and I've got to avoid giving them skull hits at the same time. Garnatalin just deals damage to all. Fair enough. But we'll charge the team up really quick when it generates those giant brown gems. And has 55% reduction from skulls. So I'm not going to use this team. Massive skull reduction on their top troop. The chances are when we cast something like Shegra, there's a chance we could set them up for skull hits, which means they could either get that automatic death from assassin class. 4 matches means we could just die from Megavore. Not going with this team. That's almost a suicidal team in a way. I think I'll go with something like this. They're using all brown themselves, which kind of plays into my hands a bit with the Grey King. Destroys all gems of a chosen colour, which will be brown. And all enemies of that colour take, in this case, 63 true damage, are mana drained, silenced, and frozen. So that would affect their entire team. So it is really cool. Right, so just checking for traits and stuff like that. Right, nothing to worry about traits wise. So for that reason, I'm just going to swap out that Orpheus medal. Don't need that, and I don't need that Medal of Anu anymore. Let's go full Nosha. Right, just make sure the banner is correct for this. +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 yellow looks good. Do like Archer class, because I do like these traits. Start battles with 50% mana, 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. Root trap from the start, really nice. Backup if you need it. Dodge, dodgy McDodge. Right, that's good. So we're looking for a brown. We get a 50% start on everybody. Let's dive in. Let's look for red to blue. We've got it. Fantastic start. Right, already our Grey King is up. They've only got a tiny amount of mana. But the fact it just affects everyone is almost too good a chance not to do straight away. I mean, I could get this ready for the next round. No, I'll do this right away. Let's have a look at the colours first. We're going to collect them brown anyway, so we're going to be well on our way to winning this game already. Well, that was very straightforward. They got back up though. But yeah, super effective against that team. There's only two. There's not much to explode here, so I'm just going to collect some blue manually, I think. Might collect it this way, just in case some red drop down and give an extra turn. Just got to get our Graking up again and finish off this cheeky bandit that decided to spoil the party of super quick gameness. See if I can pick up the mana that way. Not quite. All is well. Could cast this and see if I get a bit of luck. Let's just do that on purple. Hunter's marked. Kaboosh! Got an extra kill as well. Right, that was 1,384 Guild Wars points. Battle 3 is against Karma. Hopefully it's not Karma for their team and they get some hideous revenge. Oh, a nasty team though. First mildly squeaky bum game of this Wars, this one today. Scary team this. Yaoguai, severely damaging troop. Basically a mythic even though it's a legendary. Dealing damage to the first two enemies boosted by his life. Steal 4 magic from both enemies and transform all purple to red, which means it can self-charge and just do it again, and that often just means death straight away. Is immune to mana burn, mana drain and mana steal, have to remember that. And Child of Summer is here, starts battles with full mana, converts brown to red, which is the colour we like. Brown converts to red, which means there's a chance to charge up Yaoguai and get that going straight away. And just for fun, this adds more red gems into the mix, dealing damage at the same time. Right, so a very, very dangerous team this. I think this team is probably a good one to go against it. One thing that Yaoguai is not immune to, and that is silence. The Grey King will silence him if I can stick that on him. Queen Titania is red as well, and that is their main 2 damage dealers if they're both silenced. I mean, yes, I don't use red in this team, but hey, it's better than being dead. And Daughter of Ice is kind of a decent way to combat this team as well, because Child of Summer, brown to red, I can convert red to blue, which takes away the red, so there's no red to switch around the other way. So yeah, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to rely on this to get going quick. Yep, not thinking about it too much. Don't really need to be an archer class for this because I don't need the entangle. This is not a skull team against skull team here. This is damage we're dealing with here. So for that reason, I'm actually going to switch the class. Toying up between Geomancer. Let's look at it properly. So I like the 50% damage from skulls anyway. And I start with a 50% start. Impact is handy. Anti-magic sphere. Rock solid, always handy. We'll be collecting brown. Bonus brown. Might as well have that anyway. Right, so yes, let us go. Right, hopefully doesn't set them up in a massive way at the start. Ooh, that's not fantastic for us. Red to blue. Nothing going on with that really. Brown to red is what we have to look at, and yeah. Oh goodness. Oh, that's what can happen with a game sometimes. So much brown to red to them, it is insane. All I can do really is cast this and hope it just makes it a bit better for me somehow. So what's this actually going to do? Red to blue. Gosh, that's going to set them up on blue, but they don't use blue. This is what's cool about it. So this is a better thing to do no matter what. Right, so that kind of still was an effective counter, even though we didn't get a good start and they got a dream start. That still did work out in my favour in the end. They could cast that next time and it'll be pretty much a waste. Unless a load of red suddenly appear. Right, I need to get my Draking up. Need to hit their Titania and their Yao Guai. What's going to be the quickest way? Get brown first, or take blue while it's there. But I use brown as well, so I am going to just checking, because I'm looking around and it feels like there's a way of getting two somewhere, but I don't think there is. I'll take it this way, just to leave that blue there for next time. I feel like if I can cast my Mountain Crusher, that's going to be good. Apart from she's done that to spawn my party. Right. I'm in a little bit of spot of bother here. Because their Yao Guai is going to get up the next turn. There's a lot of purple there. I don't use red. I absolutely need to take blue. See, the danger is if their Yao Guai gets up next turn and gets to cast, this is insanely good. I kind of need to take this, but wow, all this. Right. Oh well, I've got to take blue in the hope that the AI is a bit stupid. It wasn't. I'm going to take this blue here because it's going to give me a blue match for my Draking. It's going to get rid of that chain of red, which spoils that 4 match on purple, but they've still got it down here, so they're still going to get some extra benefit from this. But I can't see any other real alternative. There's only one brown to explode with Mountain Crusher. So yeah, not a lot. Go. Oh, that was a lucky break for me, I can tell you. That really was. So obviously we can do this on red with my Grey King. Titania and old Matey Boy are both charged up. So this is happening on red, end of. All right, now it's a race now to get my Mountain Crusher up before they get to cast or recover their main damage dealers, Yao Guai and Queen Titania. Right, purple and blue, I can't really resist that. That is very nice for my Grey King. Right, let's see if we can get our Grey King charged up. Yes, we can. Excellent. Happy days. Right, let's sort out their 2 main damage dealers. Not too concerned about looking around. Just want to get them to sort it out. Gone. Right. Should be okay now. Can use this. Ghost Queen, really good. Steal 7 mana from an enemy. Then steal, in this case 68 life boosted by purple gems. That is steal, which means you take it from them and add it to your own, which makes it really, really nice. Right, so I may just cast my Mountain Crusher first though, while there's a lot of brown everywhere. I actually might grab this first. So we can do this on yellow now. Don't use yellow, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes you'll get some nice cascades from it. I mean, I could do it on green, because I'm going to get an extra turn from that. If you cast it on green, you'll pick up that brown at the same time. but I'm only going to do damage to one troop that way. That is the only thing about that. So I'd rather do it on yellow. Hit him with that. We got a lovely lucky break anyway. Let's collect some extra mana just because we can. And let's do it on yellow again. Boom shakalaka! So yeah, Karma nearly had me in bother there. That was, yeah, a worrying moment at one stage. That's 1,452 Guild Wars points. Alright, Battle 4 is against Toby. Elementalist class, Carnex, Gimlet, Apothecary and Doomed Codex. Right, pretty dangerous team this, because this troop here, dealing scatter damage with a +4 per temporary level boost, then creating a mix of 6 brown gems and skulls for every brown enemy. So that is going to be the maximum amount of skulls, really dangerous. So yeah, in any 4 matches, they're going to stun, freeze, burn, entangle a random enemy. We're going to be frozen from the start. Create a dust storm, they get rock solid, and a fortitude. Right, so dangerous, and made worse by the fact that Carnex is at the top. Normally you'd entangle, like employ root trap to get the top troop entangled to save yourself from those skulls. But this is impervious, which means that won't work. And create some skulls, explodes skulls, and gains a bunch of armor. These two start, this one starts empowered, transforms green to brown. So we have to be wary of that. And Apothecary selects a selected mana colour to brown and cleanses all allies. So yep, a lot to think about here. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to that team. We've got a cleanse there. Mass curing is it cleanses all allies when you cast this. Important for Elementalist class. We can still use Shegra to create lots of skull damage. We still can use Sylvanamora to entangle the first enemy, but I'm going to risk taking out Flaming Only, and I'm going to pop in Dust Devil. And the reason is, it starts battles with full mana and deals 5 damage to all enemies. Don't care about that, but it does knock the first enemy to last position. So I can cast that straight away and get their impervious troop out of the way. And that means that when Sylvanamora casts or get a 4 match, I will entangle the first enemy, and then when they cast their book, it's going to do far less damage. Alright, but I am going to go back to the added security of extra niches. Do I have anything set up for that? No. I've got to get these organised, look at that. The idea of having 3 different sets is you can have 1 set for your world event, 1 set for Guild Wars, or 2 sets for Guild Wars or something. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to go a mini head start that, I think. I've got a cleanse on the brown anyway. Right, I'm going to go with this. Shift their top troop to the back. Go for it on the brown, go for it with Shegra. Try and get the top troop entangled. Alright, a bit annoying that that's there, but we're frozen on that colour. So we'll take that first for our Shegra. Right, but green to brown, I mean, we have to take this. We're frozen, but we have to take it. Cannot leave them there for that. Right, so it's up there as well. Right, this, oh, that is going to affect it because it's moving these 3 down. But crikey. Crikey gov. So I can't cast my Dust Devil yet. Right, let's hope this doesn't completely set them up. Ooh, it sort of did, but no, it really did sort of did, because I've not got to cast my Dust Devil yet. That was pretty much the only thing that could go against me. Wow, this could be really bad news now. I could cast this, explode a column, try and get rid of as many brown and skulls as possible. Like casting this column maybe. Or I'll cast this now while I've got the chance. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Right. Right. Okay. Could have been worse. Need to get the weapon up to get the cleanse. This is going to give me brown at the same time. I'm almost willing to take that skull hit. It's not perfect. But yeah, I've got to get something going. Not seeing a way of getting this 4-match. Alright, so I'm going to take this. See what happens. I can set him up for another 4-match. Unbelievable. This one is going to be hard to win. This feels like a loss. Felt like I set it up right, but it gave them the dream start. And I've lost my cleanser. I don't have the summoner anymore because Flaming Oni was the summoner. So yes, certainly in a world of pain. Green to brown. Doesn't do anything for them. Let's get my Shagra up and see if it can at least get cleansed. Well, Dust Devil's got cleansed, awesome. Oh, you gotta love it. Come on, Shagra, get cleansed, give me half a chance. Nah. No, it's not looking good. Definitely not looking good. I suppose I could explode a column. Hopefully it'll just... something will happen. Yeah, we got a skull hit while entangled. Happy days. Huh. Yeah, you never know what the AI is going to do with that one. So yes, it's looking really bad. Yes, it's a defeat. Wow. One of those things. Don't think it could have actually worked out better for the AI at the start of that game. Dust Devil versus this lot. Let's face it, it's not happening, is it? Whatever. Oh well. Yeah, well, the theory was good, but if I'd have cast my Dust Devil straight away, or been able to, which is normal, then that would have been potentially very different. But the way it set them up for that green and brown kind of gave me no choice. Otherwise, their weapon would have got up anyway. And it completely still just played straight into their hands. Classic case of the board being massively against you at the start and not a lot you can do about it. There it is, 262 Guild Wars points of rubbishness. Right, I'm going to do the same team again, just to see if things could have been different if the board works out in a slightly different way. We can still look to this conversion here, green to brown. See, this time it hasn't set them up in a major way. Well, it has actually. It's still a mana surge. So I still need to take that, but I've got a 4 match here anyway, so I'll take that. Now, green to brown is a little bit of value for them. It's still really good. Gosh, Struce. Crikey, talk about making it hard work. I mean, we can cast this and see what happens. See if it just converts some of these green to red. Not guaranteed a match though. I absolutely do still need to change this. Might take this one here. Yeah. Okay, can live with that. Nothing guaranteed on a 4 match for Shegra, so I'm going to take this chance to cast more Dust Devil, I think. I still give him plenty on green to that. I'm gonna go for it, Shegra. Enough of your tomfoolery. Could take this and give him a skull whack. Then nearly gone anyway, to be honest. About to do green to brown again. Still gives them a little bit of benefit there. But I do need to get that top troop out of the way, really. Do it this way. Right, green to brown is no great shakes anymore. But you never know what they're going to do with this. Sometimes it does the right thing and does this, and other times it will just do something silly. Right, I might actually use this just to get rid of that top troop. Just so then if I get a 4 match, they're going to be entangled. Yeah, just get rid of them. And they unfortunately done, looks like they did nearly the right thing. Not quite perfect. Gosh, what a hard game this is. Kind of had to do that, really. Wow. Struggling again. Whenever you come across a team that gives you a hard time in Guild Wars, think about putting it in your own team, because if it gave you a headache, it's going to give someone else a headache. Sometimes it's just because, you know, the board went against you maybe, but other times you just have to say, yep, that was a decent team and gave me hassle. Right, top troops entangled, so I don't mind offering them a skull hit. Can get the cleanse now, but this is too good an opportunity to miss with Shegra, so I'm going to go for this. Not great now though, but maybe I should get cleansed. Top troop is entangled. Let's do that. Let's get that good old cleanse going. It's going to be an extra turn and a skull whack. Alright, no guaranteed 4 match on Shegra yet, so let's see if we get lucky. See, the handy thing with this is I can actually switch their hero to the top now, which is actually pretty cool. But I don't want to do that yet because the top troop is the one that's entangled, so yeah, ignore that last bit. You don't want to do that. Don't move the entangled troop to the bottom. Right, do we just go for it now with Shegra? They're still quite a long way from getting there, Brown. No, I'll get this first while it's there. I think we go for it with Shegra. Any double skull hits anywhere? Anyone? Doesn't look like it. So in that case I might soften them up with this. Did that work out for my Shegra? Not great, and it's still going to be one whack there. There's no red near these ones though, so reasonable chance we could get lucky with this. Let's go for it. That'll do. Right, so in the end, the same team. It was an okay win in the end. But that last game, wow. Things happen. So 1,590 Guild Wars points in that game, giving us a total of the day of 7922. But there it is, that's Guild Wars for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not bash that like and subscribe button? It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.